Hi, this is Tom. No.
Hi.
Tom.
Hi.
Tom, why are you leaving?
I don't know.
Who are you?
I thought we were going at the same time.
No, we're not done. No,
Aren't we co-equal?
No, I go. Hi, this is Cecil. You say this is.
All right,
and I already forgot the rest.
All right. Well, here you go.
Okay. Hi, this is Cecil.
This is Tom.
God damn it! And I took
A left
at the Valley podcast.org.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know we shouldn't have to scream that we're atheists. You know, we don't have non-astrologers and all that. But with the religious people taking over the world, I mean, we can either speak up or be pushed into a corner.
I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen. I call it how I see it. I say it's ignorance and you just call it faith in unsubstantiated claims. That's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist.
Coming at you after being overstuffed with turkey, this is Left of the Valley. My name is Kevin, and I asked my bisexual friend if he doesn't have a partner, is he a standby?
Oh my god.
Joining me as usual is a team that will tell you to forgive your enemies, but never forget their names.
No, and then you have to repeat it every night before you go to bed.
That'll turn you a bit psycho.
Or into Arya Stark.
She stole ideas from many people. It's not plagiarism, it's research. Nancy.
Of course it is.
And she knows the road to success is always under construction. Christina.
Yep, gotta, pave it with good intentions.
And she's learned from her mistakes, and she's sure she can repeat them exactly.
Yeah, I'm good at that sort of thing.
Ladies, welcome back.
It is good to be here.
First show of a new year. Happy New Year.
It's good to be among friends. It's been too long.
I wish you health and wealth for 2019.
Yep.
If you get the wealth, don't forget to wish it to you.
Exactly. We're like the church. We need 10%.
Well, might be starting a new job, so there we go.
Congratulations.
That's a great idea. Should I start tithing the Left of the Valley tithe and, charge you guys 10% of your income?
Patreon.
We should really get that going.
I know, right? And then we can just give everyone the extras before show when we're being weird.
I think we kind of give them the extras already.
Yeah, but not all of it.
Oh, God.
We give them a taste.
Extended cut.
Oh, I like that idea. If you guys want that, let us know.
Guys, welcome back. A new show, new year, and we're gonna start. Today we'll be talking to an old guy that used to be on the show, an old friend, Kevin Sawatsky.
Yeah, it'd be good to catch up with him, see what's going on.
Next Generation Atheist, that'll be fun. But first, let's do a chit-chat, because we got lots to cover.
I am so excited.
Did you guys hear about this new craze? There's this show on Netflix called Bird Box.
I've heard of it.
Yes, and it's on my list to watch, and I have not watched it yet.
What's the name of it?
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Stars Sandra Bullock. I saw it the other day, and apparently there's a Bird Box challenge.
And it's stupid.
People are apparently blindfolding themselves and walking around town trying to do everyday things.
Are you serious?
Because that's what happens during the show.
Okay, all I can imagine is an actual blind person just being like, "Get out of my fucking way."
Well, in the show, there is this unseen menace, and when people look at whatever it seems to be some kind of creature. We don't actually see it during the movie, but whenever people look at this creature, they go crazy.
It's either, isn't it, they go insane or they commit suicide?
Yeah, they usually commit suicide or they become violent and go crazy. So the protagonists blindfold themselves, and they're caught in the middle of, don't know where to go, don't know how to get out of town, and they can't see anything, because as soon as they look somewhere, and if they see this creature that seems to be almost omnipresent, they kind of lose it. So that's the whole premise of the show. And now people are out there apparently blindfolding themselves, going around their neighborhoods, trying to do everyday things.
Are they at least using something akin to a walking stick?
No,
nothing.
And let's not forget, people are also doing this to their children as well.
Yes.
I watched a video where somebody had the guy and his two kids, and they pulled the toddler into a wall.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah. Are they at least trying to do it as this is what blind people go through every day of their life?
No. They're acting like they are in Bird Box. Like, oh my God, we have to run, and punk.
These people are so stupid.
It's the hilarious stuff.
A cast of recurring characters? I mean, or is it?
No, it's just a movie.
Each episode
it's a movie.
No, it's just a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
It's a movie for Netflix.
Okay.
So authorities are basically trying to discourage this trend.
Yeah, because what if you walk into the street and get hit by a car? Is that on you or is it on the driver?
Yeah, I mean,
Or you could walk into something sharp and pointy.
Exactly, guys. You could literally kill yourself.
yeah. So what if you blindfold yourself and then eat a Tide Pod? You know, if you're going to be really trendy, you might as well go all the way.
I can understand if you're doing it, because I've closed my eyes and tried to walk around my house to be okay, some people live like this every day, to kind of try to understand it better. But if you're just doing it oh, look at me, I can survive an evil creature, it's guys, seriously.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Pull your heads out of your asses.
All right. Did you
Do
guys...
something useful with your life.
Well, let's hope it's a trend that comes and goes very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
You guys remember the probe New Horizon?
Yes.
And did you guys hear that it actually Oh, wow. Can't even... It reached outside of Pluto.
Yes, I did.
Science.
An asteroid they call Ultima Thule.
There's actually a
They flew by Pluto in 2015, right? Remember when we talked about it in 2015? They flew by Pluto. Now it went beyond that.
It's
so long.
Here in
It was so long ago.
Yeah. And basically, it's a 30-kilometer across object that looks a bit like a snowman. It looks like it's two spheres that kind of collide together, and one end's a bit smaller than the other. It looks like a dirty snowman. And they took pictures of that. And Ultima Thule right now is 6.49 billion kilometers from the sun, and it's in the Kuiper Belt. So it's on the outside, really, really outside.
It's exciting.
It's amazing to see that we have a probe that far.
Well, the technology is moving so fast. I mean, it used to be it took 5, 10, 15 years, to take the next step. But now it's a matter of a month. They're building,
I have a question.
On so much good technology.
Yes.
When did they release the probe from the Earth? How long ago? How old is the technology?
That's a good question. I mean, it flew by Pluto in 2015. It probably took them a couple of years to get there, so I don't know exactly when New Horizon left.
Probably early 2000s technology.
So that's impressive.
Probably even early 2010s, I would probably think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know how many years it takes to get out there.
But now, do they have the ability to upgrade while they're watching and monitoring? Don't
Probably
they have
not.
ways to upgrade the
Well, they can't really upgrade the camera. They might be able to upgrade a bit of the software, but
that's what I'm
it.
talking about, the software.
It's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that.
That must have a
I would
really
think
good,
so,
strong
the
Wi-Fi
way
connection.
things are moving, but...
Yeah, but can you upgrade a computer from 2010 to some extent? Yes.
Nowadays, I as I say, things are moving so fast I can't even answer the question.
There's this woman. Her name is Bree Payton. Ever heard of her? She's an anti-vax commentator for Fox News.
Oh, kill me now,
wonderful.
please.
Yeah, and she died at the age of 26. And
I shouldn't be laughing.
No, you shouldn't. But I can understand why you're laughing.
I hope
because
it's from polio or something.
she died from swine flu. From H1N1.
But that's
an anti-vax person that could have been easily saved by a vaccine, and she dies at the age of 26.
That's
kind of where you go.
It is tragic.
Do we have a vaccine for the H1N1?
I guess,
They do.
Okay.
That's what she chose to do, which is even worse. But it's very sad.
And she used to say that vaccines are from the devil. Well, you know what?
Then I like the devil because he's helping us a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Did you guys hear about this new trend? It's called breeing. From brie, the cheese. Apparently, it's a thing that a lot of middle-aged women are doing.
Oh, God.
They're using MDMA, which is methyl...
It's ecstasy.
It's ecstasy. And they're putting it in brie cheese.
Yes, I did see something
they're
on this.
having brie cheese parties with ecstasy.
Wow, these people.
I mean, are people so bored that they are just thinking of any crazy
Why aren't
thing
they just
to
doing
get
ecstasy?
together and say, "Oh, this is the new thing"? It's just like.
I don't know.
Is that millennial?
No, these
No,
are
they're
middle-aged.
middle-aged women, apparently.
Middle-aged women.
No, technically, middle-aged women are millennials now.
Oh, okay, well, sure.
We, people 20 to, 40 are millennials.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, apparently it's a new thing. I guess it's not as crazy as some of the other trends out there. I remember the one where they used to dip a tampon into vodka and then insert that.
Yeah,
It works.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. At least it's got brie, so have a good coin with a cracker.
It
probably
sounds
trying to
like
be,
such
like,
a nothing
fancy.
thing to do because, I don't get it. But that's okay. I don't have to get it.
Boat?
Exactly. Okay. Germany. Did you guys hear that Germany
Is still a country? Yes,
Yes,
I
it
did.
is. It's also proposing a religion tax for Muslims.
Do they have it for other religions as well?
That was my first question, and the answer is absolutely they do.
Okay, then yeah, totally.
There'd be an income tax of about change of about 10%, and it's already on Catholics and Protestants.
Yeah, then of course.
So in your income tax, when you declare you're Catholic, and in Germany they take 10% off your. Well, I mean they take 10% of your income and they distribute that to your church. Essentially, the government does that.
Yeah, totally. Makes you be like, no, I'm not
So
religious.
that's to encourage you to give to your church?
No, it's just been like that. Several countries in Europe actually do that. Like England does the same kind of process as well. So now Germany's proposing to do the same thing for Muslims. And of course, they don't like the idea of that.
No, of course not.
The state collected tax would help boost moderate and interpretation of Islam, and they also hope it would stop wealthy donors who promote a more radical message. In that sense, it's not a bad idea.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I question the ground they would have to do it on, because I know with Christian religions there is that built into their religion with the 10% tithing.
I don't know if it's built into the religion. I mean, it's not in the Bible or anything like that.
Wait, really?
No.
My gosh.
I think
Are you
this.
sure?
I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty. I believe it started with Protestants and Martin Luther that had this idea.
No, the tithing started with Catholics.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to look.
Tithing definitely started with Catholics.
Okay, well, we'll have to look into it. But either way, I don't ever recall reading that in the Bible myself. Don't know about you guys.
Well,
Any expert out there, answer our questions.
Yeah, guys, is tithing in the Bible? I don't know.
Pretty sure it ain't.
I got to Ruth and I got bored and stopped.
You got that far and stopped?
I did.
Yeah, Chris Christensen, if you're listening,
Yeah.
call in the answer. Help, we need you.
Exactly.
Did you guys hear that giraffes just became endangered?
Yes.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
This made me so sad. No, you don't understand. Okay, giraffes are one of my favorite animals.
Giraffe bananas.
Since I've been like a elementary school child, I have loved giraffes.
Everybody
I love them.
loved
I got to
Who could
feed
not
a
love
giraffe once.
Who could not love giraffes?
They're
Yeah.
I
amazing.
mean, they've got everything going for them, and they're docile.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
You know?
They're kind of like lovably clumsy sometimes. And
Yeah.
But it's sad how many animals are endangered.
There's
now.
actually 9 subspecies of giraffes, which I didn't know that. I only thought it was like maybe 1 or 2, and apparently 2 of these subspecies became critically endangered.
Wow.
And 5 of them are in decline.
Have you ever seen an albino giraffe?
They're
No.
cool.
They're
I've seen
so
a picture.
pretty.
I've seen a photo.
I've seen a video of it of an albino giraffe and her calf. Oh, they're
Yeah.
gorgeous.
What's her calf albino?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Did you guys hear that the U.S. has just been added to the list of most dangerous countries for journalists?
Can I say I'm surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It belongs on that list.
there's
It
been
does.
63 journalists killed in 2018, which is a 15% increase compared to the year before that.
That's sad.
Did they include Jamal Khashoggi?
I was about to say that. the U.S. didn't follow Jamal Khashoggi's murder, and it kind of sent a clear message to a lot of countries out there that, U.S. is not going to do much of anything, and
season.
it's not much of a safe haven for journalists anymore either.
Yeah. Didn't Trump say something derisive about him that, well, he's not really a citizen?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and in order to maintain his support of the Saudis, it was, well, he's not really a citizen.
The Saudi contract was more important.
Yeah.
Well, but also he has so many times said that the press is the enemy of the people. Like, what do you think that's
exactly.
going to elicit from people?
Exactly.
Like, it's not like you're not telling people that, oh, these are like the foundation of our democracy. No, you're going to make people think these are tearing the country apart. Like,
Yeah,
I hate that man.
The one I hate even more is these people are starting to wear these T-shirts that says "Rope Journalist Tree, Some Assembly Required."
Oh my gosh, I know.
It's like, are you kidding me? And we're talking about the Fifth Estate here. You don't just... Anyway, Reporters Without Borders, which is an organization, says that 348 journalists are currently prisoners around the world.
Yeah.
That includes, of course, the worst offenders from China, Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and now the United States. All right, and last but certainly not least, this is so funny. Okay, let's say you're in Australia. Okay, you're traveling in Australia, and
So I'm dying.
No. You're just walking down the street.
I'm dying.
And you're walking by this apartment complex, and then you heard, "I'm going to kill you. Why don't you die?" coming from one of the apartments. And then it's followed by scuffling noises and furniture being thrown.
Spider.
What would... Thanks for killing it.
That would have been my first thought.
Well, normally, the normal human reaction would be, "Oh my god, somebody's in trouble."
See, I thought, oh wow, he's really invested in that game.
They're throwing around furniture and the scuffling. Well, people thought somebody was in trouble, so they called the police, and this is at 2 a.m. actually it happened in Sydney. And then the police asked about the screams, and the guy answered the door. He was all, tired and everything. And it was actually him trying to kill a spider.
To be fair,
have you seen pictures of spiders in Australia?
Yeah, but come on. To the point of shouting, "I'm going to kill you, why don't you die?"
Yeah, dude, I do that to a tiny spider. Actually, I'm not scared of spiders.
Well, I didn't shout at it because it was wee hours in the morning and my grandma was in the next bedroom. But I have moved furniture around trying to kill a spider. And that spider was like the size of a toonie around.
Spider compared to centipedes, spiders are nothing.
You don't like
and scorpions.
I love centipedes.
Living in the south.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but they're so cute.
What's wrong with you?
Centipedes are deadly.
No, not millipedes, centipedes.
No, millipedes are disgusting. The little black ones, I don't like them.
What's wrong with her?
Centipedes are they're like a reddy brown color. Oh, I love them.
They're deadly.
But they're so
apparently,
cute.
Apparently, their bite is actually one of the most painful things you can experience on the planet.
They are very deadly.
Just like a common centipede.
Well, I don't know how common the centipede is. But
Like the one in Canada and BC.
do we have centipedes?
I don't know. We had them in Texas.
Yeah, we have centipedes. Have you?
Yes, that centipede. The centipede, yes. Apparently, they pinch you with the pincers there.
Really?
Apparently, it's atrocious.
I'll show you. There's a YouTuber that I follow.
They're not that cute.
That has a centipede.
are.
And she keeps a pen
Ants, though.
next to it.
Ants, I hate. I hate ants so much.
Oh, yes.
She's ants and spiders, but
No, I don't.
centipedes
I
are
don't
cute.
mind spiders either. I'm okay with spiders. Ants are. I've had traumatic experience. With
My
ants,
aunt
though.
Sophie was like her. We have to put her down.
I once had a tarantula hanging off the side of my glass that says it's my favorite picture to show people that don't like
But it was
spiders.
so fuzzy.
What they have? What
so
is it? The
cute.
rose tarantulas that are very docile.
No, it was
and you can they'll walk on
It was
your
like
hand.
a bird
They're,
eating spider. It was.
The Goliath.
No, it was a tarantula.
Oh no, it was a tarantula. I'm trying to remember what kind it was, but it's one that you have to be like literally killing it for it to bite you.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, with it, once he explained that, don't drop it because if you drop it, you will kill it. You're like, oh, it's not so scary. It's kind of delicate.
And it's so fluffy.
It's a spider. I can never
its
understand the
little
fear of
eyes.
spiders. I mean, you think it from the spider's point of view. You're an inch and a half spider on the ground, and you get this towering, lumbering giant sitting above you that's running away in fear of you. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Could you imagine spiders with Chihuahua personalities?
Oh, God. Kill me now.
All right, my dear Nancy, you got a top 10 for us?
well, hey, sort of.
Well, good segue.
Sort of. I thought, last year we started the new year with a list of resolutions that most people start but never finish, like more exercise,
Yep.
eating healthier,
Yep.
not getting themselves in arguments with their relatives, all
Yep.
those kinds of things. And they're wonderful lists, but you don't go through it. So this year I found a dynamite sort of a guide, and it's sort of like a top 10, but not really. But it's very New Year beginning.
I'm excited.
So we'll do a New Year beginning, and let's see how many of these things that resonate with you guys.
I'm
and then
excited.
if you want to talk about any resolutions that you've made, that'd be great. Okay, here we go. If you want this to be your year, don't sit on the couch and wait for it. Go out. Anybody have
No, that's...
Any resolution, not to be a couch potato?
But I like my couch.
To be fair, this is the first time in a long time that I've had time off work, so I'm going to be a damn couched potato.
Well, I have a puppy now,
but not
so that
not
gets me out of
permanent,
the
not a
house a lot.
permanent couch.
No.
I actually have been going on a lot of walks lately because of my puppy.
I'm also trying to clean my house and walk said puppy.
I received a Fitbit for Christmas, so it doesn't allow me to sit on the couch for too long.
You got a Fitbit?
So the next
one
one,
of the knockoff brands.
the next one is make a change,
Yes.
which I think is good. So everybody can make a change of one kind or another.
I don't understand people. They always say, oh, you know what, this year has been exactly the same as last year. Well, what did you do different this year? Nothing. Well, what do you expect?
Isn't that the definition of insanity?
It is the
Yes,
definition.
exactly.
If you don't change something, then you're gonna get the exact same kind of year you had last year. So if you weren't happy with that one, do a change, even a small one.
Yeah, that's exactly. Even a small one, it makes you feel as though you've accomplished something,
Baby
and
steps.
it leads to something new. Okay, that next one, smile more.
Oh well,
That's a good one.
I should smile less. Actually, I
Yeah.
smile way too much.
No, actually, it's amazing sometimes not irritate. It's just funny to start a sentence off with what irritates me, especially if we're talking about smiles. But if you're in a store or you're dealing with a clerk and you stand there and you give that person a really good smile and they don't smile back, or if you're dealing with somebody, at government or something, and you're standing there all friendly, and they just look at you as though you just landed from space.
Oh,
it's
God.
like, what am I going to do to get this guy to smile? At that point, it's
really?
a challenge.
I get this so often because I like to walk up to the people in the public and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Good. How are you?" And then I give them one of these weird one-liners to see how they're going to react. Like the one at the gym said, "Well, I was invited to a naked wedding where I was voted the best man." And they just look at you for half a second there, and you could see the electricity going through their brain saying, how do I react to this? Do I smile? Do I laugh? Do I call the police? What do I do? It's just hilarious.
Throw somebody off center for a little bit and get them to think.
It's good for people for that, though. For like little innocent things like that. It's good for people.
It is.
Yeah, I used it.
Gets your brain working.
The other day, I used the same line I used for you for the start of the show. It says, I'm a man who's wrestled with my demons, but sometimes we just snuggle. And they just look at you and they're so confounded by
That's a
this.
really good line.
Okay, the next one is be excited.
Oh, well.
Now, would you go for be excited, or would you choose be enthusiastic?
I would modify that as be excited for the little things. Like,
I would prefer the enthusiastic one myself.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic, yeah.
Yeah, but find some pleasure in something that it gives you a little reason to put a little spring in your step.
Yeah,
even if it's
absolutely.
just like I'm wearing my fuzzy socks, I'm excited about
Learn to
this.
appreciate the little things and learn to enjoy them more.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for someone who has like major depression sometimes,
And it's very
learning
easy.
to enjoy those little things is important.
It's very easy to feel excited about little things like that, especially when you contrast them in the bigger picture. Saying, oh, right, I'm getting breakfast this morning. It's great because a lot of people are starving to death right now.
Takes you out of the doldrums. Okay, the next one is do new things. I like that one.
Yes.
Some people get into a rut that's unbelievable. Every Tuesday it's laundry day. Every Wednesday it's make a list of house cleaning chores. And it's just like every week it's so predictable.
Every Saturday it's podcasting.
Every Saturday it's podcast, I know.
That's why I don't come sometimes. I just like, shaking it up.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's why you don't come.
That's right. We'll all send Kevin a note saying we would have loved to have come, but we're out doing new things.
Yeah.
That's right.
I will hunt you down. That's my new thing.
Next one is
Really? You're going to hunt Nancy down? Really?
Good luck.
You're going to
I'll start
die.
with you. I'll start with you two first.
Good luck.
the next one. I like this one. Throw away what you've been cluttering.
That's a really good one.
I am in process of sort of doing that right now in
But
my
I
house.
like
Yeah, me
my
too.
things.
We're going to have to go through our mugs. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is it
Blasphemy!
Is it hard? Do you get emotionally attached to little bits
I
of paper
grew up in
and
a house-
little statues?
I grew up in a house with a hoarder,
movie passes and
so-
things like that.
I have some of those tendencies.
I don't have that tendency, but I do have the nasty tendency to say, okay, I've got this gizmo here. It could come in handy. You know, if I start saying it could come in handy, okay, I'll put it in the corner over there. That's my downfall.
That's it. That's mine too.
It could come in handy one day.
Tucking things away.
And 3 years later, you finally decide, it's about time I tossed it. The next day, I don't care. The next day, there's no other thing except what you've already thrown out. That's
why I figured out a new thing for buying mugs in our house because we have a ridiculous amount. And we really don't need more. Is this a mug that you will choose?
Need more.
For like in your top 5 mugs to choose from, or your top 3 mugs, will you choose this mug?
Mm-hmm.
Always.
There are mugs that you don't go for, like any of the ones that are below your average size.
Okay, but they're so tiny.
Yeah, stick
Why
them
did you
away
buy them?
Stick them away in a box for a month and see if you miss them.
And didn't understand.
Okay, next one. I like this one. This is a good one. Unfollow negative people on social media.
Oh my god, I did that.
Oh,
this
good for you.
Is such
I actually did that.
To do.
I do that on a regular basis.
So I have a cousin who is insane. He's like anti-vaxxer, libertarian, like insane. Like he has like 5 kids, none of them are vaccinated. I'm like, oh, your kids are gonna die. Have fun with that. And I recently I'm like, I why am I looking like? Because he always posts tons of shit, and I'm just like, I'm just not gonna follow you anymore.
I
don't want to.
I do that, but. Like family members, I'm not unfollowing them. I mean, I'm cutting them out of my life entirely. So
I did that too.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Living your life, and when you go in to see somebody, and all you can feel is stress, and all you can remember are bad times and bad memories with them. Why do you have them in your life?
They're
exactly.
toxic. I mean,
toxic
those people are just
They're toxic people. Exactly.
Okay, next one. I'll put 2 together. Go to bed early. Wake up early.
No.
You don't.
Well,
can't do this.
I wake up early, but going to bed early, I try, but my brain doesn't want to shut down.
No, I think some people's diurnal, or clock, whatever it's not diurnal clock. What do you call it? Your
internal clock.
Yeah, your internal clock. So sometimes you just can't do it, and you stare at the ceiling for an hour and a half.
I work usually until 1 a.m. So
for me, it's generally I'm just so set used to getting up. I usually get up at about 7 for work. So even if I can sometimes go to bed at like 2 in the morning, I'll still wake up at 7. I'm like, what are you doing, body? No, sleep time.
And then there's me.
Yeah, 12, 1.
I can sleep.
2.
The longest I've ever slept was 20 hours.
Oh, God.
I have trouble sleeping past 9.
If I don't have an alarm and there's no one to wake me up, I can sleep easy like 10:30, 12.
Even if you do have an alarm and people to wake you up, you can do that.
If I've got 6 hours, I consider it a good night's sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the next one. Don't gossip.
But it's so fun.
Gossip
is fun. Maybe
you know what we should do? We should gossip, but like really positive things.
Well, I think there should be an addendum to that. Because I think it's don't gossip about overly, like always gossip about negative things. Like, because there are some times where you just need to get shit off your chest and just talk about it and be validated.
Let's do that.
in your frustration and anger, and you need people to validate that for you sometimes.
Yes.
But when it's all you do, then tone it down a little bit.
No, I think we should gossip about positive things. Did you hear about Kirsten?
Yeah.
She's got fantastic oral hygiene.
Oh,
she's got like white teeth.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
She's fantastic.
I think you also don't gossip fake news. I think fake news fits under there as well. Okay, this one I like. Show more gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's really good.
I think I have that one in the box though. I literally say thank you to Alexa.
She does. It's hilarious.
I'm like, thanks, Alexa. Well, I don't actually say her name. I just say thanks.
Yeah, because if you say her name, she'll wait for another command.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like the song. I think sometimes, if you do name your favorite things, I think sometimes it does help you put things in perspective. Mm-hmm. If you realize, you really have more to be grateful for than to, be unhappy about. Okay, then next one, do things that challenge you. I love that one.
This one's hard for me.
Well, you know what? They say life begins outside your comfort zone, and that is very, very true.
It is.
This one's actually really hard for me because I get frustrated and irritated really easy. Like this morning, I couldn't find my glasses, and I almost had a panic attack.
No, but that has nothing to do with do something that challenges.
Well, no, but that like added on to that. If I'm doing something like there's a lot of games I can't play because if I hit a block and like I can't figure it out,
you're misunderstanding.
Instead of like working through it and like figuring out the challenge,
Her brain goes into panic mode.
I start to panic.
See, what you should have done is you can't find your glasses, so then you should have put on a blindfold.
And
go outside.
Drove in. I
and
should
walk
have
into the
done
middle
the
of the
bird
street.
box challenge.
That's right. There we go. Full
not
circle.
Walking, driving.
Basically, I think there's the best way to develop and maintain self-esteem and confidence and conquer fear is to challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can always look back and say, I did that. So I ought to be able to do
So my
this.
challenge level right now is like I ate breakfast.
There you go.
Congratulations,
It
me.
doesn't make any difference what it is.
Or
If
like,
it's a
If
challenge,
you challenge
it
yourself, and I'll add to that, baby steps. It doesn't have to be a
Exactly.
big challenge. It doesn't
No.
have to be, I'm going to lose 500 pounds.
And I think realizing in yourself and accepting that what challenges you isn't the same as other people, and like letting yourself be okay with that is a huge step.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, a lot of times, until recently, I was like, I'm a failure at human because like the things that challenge me, like everyone else can just do without even thinking. But for me, it's like this massive ordeal. And just realizing that it's okay.
Hey,
I'm different.
Just because you're on this show doesn't mean you're a failure as a human, okay?
Are you sure about that? Are you really sure about that?
Do what I did for a challenge. Walk across a pole 30 feet in the air.
Okay, no, but that would be fun. I could do that no problem.
That was actually really fun. And it was.
I love heights.
When you get up there, it's not as bad as you think.
I love heights.
Okay,
If
last
you're not
one.
terrified
And this is one I really try to put into place. I try to put the challenge one, and I try to put this one. Be brave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that really, sometimes you have to reach inside of yourself when you think you just can't get the nerve up to do something, and if you just sometimes say to yourself, just be a little braver.
Speak out more.
Attitude a little.
That's actually one of the things. This is such not a huge segue, but so the newest Cinderella movie, like the person one, like her mantra she says is like, have courage and be kind, and I love it. Like that saying to me is like, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Like that, I love it. Have courage. And be kind.
I like to use Christopher Hitchens' old saying. Says that the grave will provide plenty of time for silence.
Oh, that's
So
a really good one.
speak out more. Make your opinion known, and he's quite correct about that.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these all at once, because maybe people have lost track because we've made.
Sorry, guys.
It's not a long list, but I'm going to read because I really think, other than
Recap.
Resolutions, that these are really good.
These are
things to
much
live
better
by.
things to focus on.
Okay, so don't sit on the couch and wait for it. Go out. Make a change. Smile more. Be excited. Do new things. Throw away what you've been cluttering. Unfollow negative people on social media. Go to bed early. Wake up early. Be fierce. I forgot that one. Don't gossip. Show more gratitude. Do things that challenge you. Be brave.
Yes.
But I'm sorry I missed the be fierce. We got
You can
caught up.
also add to that, go vote.
But be
Yeah, guys,
fierce.
go
I've
vote.
tried to be fierce. Sometimes I'm too nice and it doesn't work out, but I do try to.
And you know what?
try to be fierce.
I have one thing to add to that. Learn to love yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
masturbation
That
is great.
Yeah.
It is.
That
it is
too.
amazing.
Oh, you meant on the.
And I think these guides are ways to do that. But yeah, Kirsten, you're exactly right.
And love yourself as you are, not like what you think you should be.
Yes.
Yes, make 2019 different than 2018.
Yeah.
As my friend wants to do, make 2019 your bitch.
Yeah.
All right, my dear Kirsten, you got another brilliant moment for us?
And man, is it brilliant.
I thought I would keep it nice and light and fun.
Oh, we didn't say brought to you by religion.
There you go. You just said it.
There you go. So this goes back a little bit to around Christmas time, but it's a good story.
It's an important story.
Yes, it is. A Utah man decided to prank his family by giving them a portrait of the Star Wars character Obi-Wan Kenobi, as played by Ewan McGregor. but passing it off as Jesus. And the best part is, it worked.
Savior.
The man, who only said his name is Ryan, told Insider that his parents are active members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and not so active film buffs.
To be fair, Obi-Wan Kenobi is our only hope.
So even
5 points for that.
even if they've seen Star Wars, they likely won't make the connection. What's especially funny is that Ryan's dad already noticed that something was a little off about the picture. Ryan's dad said that
He wasn't brown? Because Jesus is brown?
In the morning, they walked past it, and my mother said something along the lines of, "There's something off about that Jesus picture. I'm not totally sure I like it."
Right.
Ryan recalled. Oh, thank you. Which went hand in hand with what she looked like as she opened it. She knew something was off, but wasn't sure what. My dad kind of hung around, saying it looked really familiar to him. He said, it almost looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but figured it was just a coincidence. At that point, Ryan spilled the beans to his father, who had a sense of humor about it. Ryan's mom, however, is still in the dark.
Oh my God.
Everyone send your hashtag thoughts and prayers to the family before she finds out.
A couple of years ago, I bought as a joke a Jesus action figurine to my mother.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it came in a little package, just like a G.I. Joe figurine or something like that. And it's a Jesus. And I thought, she's just going to laugh at this. But goddamn, she just held on to it. It's sitting on top of the fridge with his arms stretched out.
Is it at least a bobblehead?
No, it's completely stiff. It's got a little wheel so it can kind of slide, but you can kind of move the arms up and down like he's like opening his arm up. That's about all you can do with Jesus. No kung fu
I
grip.
bet your mother was pleased that you finally understand how important religion is to her.
Clueless these people.
Now, moving on. So, there's this movie theater, and Christians are just having a problem with it.
Oh, no.
Yes. So, Anne Lanterre, a multimedia hub on the Isle of Lewis, off the western coast of Scotland, is planning on showing the film Aquaman on Sunday, January 27th. But what's the problem with that? Oh, it's on a Sunday.
Oh my God.
And that's a violation of the biblical Sabbath day rules that are unofficially enforced by a very vocal Christian organization in the area.
Jesus Christ on a freaking cracker.
The last time we heard about the Day One Lord's Day Observance Society, it was November of 2017, when they sent a Bible to Leona Rollison, the owner of a shop called Tweedtastic, which, by the way, is an amazing name.
I remember that story.
Because she decided to keep her shop open on Sundays due to increased demand. It was kind of passive-aggressive, and it had a note saying other Christians would refuse to do business with the shop if she worked on Sundays.
Can I just jump in here for a second? If they gave her a Bible, you'd think they would have read it and realized that the Sabbath is Friday night to Saturday night.
Yes.
You'd think if they'd read the Bible.
Interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy people.
So, that same group is now trying to stir up rage against this movie theater, which, as it happens, is less than half a mile away from Rollison's shop. Coincidence? I think not. Anne Lanterre did a test run of Sunday movies earlier last year, also to the Christian group's chagrin. And it was successful enough that they're making it a regular thing beginning this month.
Good, because Sunday movies are great.
But no wonder it was successful. They showed the new Star Wars movie and Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
So now the Christians are trying to put a stop to it.
Matinees are the best.
Well, the funny thing is most likely, you have more than enough time to go to Mass in the morning and come see Aquaman in the afternoon. He's not going to play it at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Just skip Mass.
Well, yeah, that's what I would do altogether.
So, some people previously called for Anne Lanterre to be stripped of its annual public funding of €400,000 from Creative Scotland and €60,000 from the Western Isles Council. Reverend Graham Craig of the Free Church of Scotland said the resumption of Sunday cinema is sad but not surprising.
Oh, cry me a river.
So, Jason Momoa versus Jesus in a fight.
Oh,
wins?
I'll take Jason Momoa.
especially as Aquaman, he can literally just drown Jesus.
But Jesus can split the
Yeah,
sea.
but Jesus, Jesus would walk on water.
No, but he could like suck him under.
Yeah, but he would just float back to the surface.
No,
as Jesus.
but he could like wrap him in seaweed.
All I can see is like the
he can talk
buoy.
to fish. He could get a whale to swallow Jesus.
Give you the old Jonah treatment.
Exactly.
Good for you.
All I can think of is Jesus going down and like a buoy popping up like Bob, Bob.
Oh, we're all going to hell for sure.
That's okay. It's for all the cool
Christina's driving the bus.
Yeah, with a blindfold.
So, Lanterre continued to ignore the obvious rejection of Sunday opening by large swaths of the island community, many of whom are not churchgoers, he said. To be clear, if so many people rejected going out on Sundays, it wouldn't make financial sense for a clothing shop or a movie theater to be open.
Exactly.
And the fact that they want to be open suggests that there's enough demand for it.
Exactly.
Not that numbers make a difference to people like Craig.
Not even slightly.
The loss of a quiet family Sunday in the rest of the UK has contributed to the breakup of family life and increased the stresses people feel. I'm pretty sure that's not what all those stresses are from.
Yeah, going to see a movie on Sunday relieves stress.
Yeah, I just love how
Especially when you get to stare at Jason Momoa's face.
I just love how Christians say, you know what, we respect your liberty, but as long as you respect my religious laws.
Oh, right.
You know?
Well, that reminds me in several states, I think it was during the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, many states had what they call the blue laws, where you either had to be closed on Sunday or you couldn't sell certain things, or you had the choice that you could either be open Saturday or Sunday, but not both. And there were really strict, stupid policies that went along with it. For instance, if you were open on Sunday, there were certain things you couldn't sell. You could
Alcohol.
but you could sell diapers for babies, but you couldn't sell safety pins because those were not considered to be necessities. So, I mean, they were different. People actually went through aisles in the grocery store and said, this is permissible on Sunday and this isn't. Thankfully, I don't think there's any states now that have them, but Texas was a big blue law state and we had to put up with it.
There was a time here in Canada where you weren't allowed to, shops weren't open on Sunday. I remember
that's
that.
about the same thing.
Yeah, I think it switched in 1987, I think.
Yeah.
So that's when the Supreme Court decided that Canada was a secular country.
Good on us.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. That was fun.
You're very welcome.
Good start to the year. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to next generation atheist, Kevin Sawatsky.
Coolio.
So stay with us.
Hi, I'm God, and I just wanted to make sure to tell you not to listen to Unapologetics on Stitcher and SoundCloud. That's Unapologetics with an X at the end. But, definitely do not listen to the show. I mean, I swear to me, alright, I will murder my son. I kind of already did that, but just don't listen to the show, okay? Hey, Lucy.
Can you not call me that, okay? We already went over what my name is, okay? It's Lucifer.
Alright, look, Luce. You want to come with me? I'm going to go fuck with this guy, Joe.
No, don't do that, okay? Can you just leave him alone?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill his family.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna give him sores all over his body.
Don't do that. That's disgusting.
I'm gonna kill all of his livestock.
Stop saying things. Just stop.
I'm gonna blame the whole thing on you. Alright, let's go, bud. Remember, don't listen to Unapologetics on Stitcher and SoundCloud.
Hey, definitely listen to that show. It's awesome. It's really cool. He's really a dick.
I heard that.
Attention, fellow atheist podcast listeners.
We are the Godless Heathens Podcast.
Here's the details with no fine print. You got new episodes available every other Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. There's three of us, just like the Holy Trinity.
I'm Don.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jerry.
Coming to you from a spare bedroom in exurban Atlanta.
where we'll examine the crossroads of politics and religion, but from the secular perspective.
Sometimes we get heavy, sometimes we get deep.
And no one is above reproach or mockery, especially each other.
It's more of what you want and less of what you don't.
So open your hearts and minds to the godless heathens in your podcast rotation.
And you just might learn something too.
The Old Testament, which in Genesis is an account of nature. That's what that is. And I said to you, give me your description of the natural world based only on this. You would say the world was created in 6 days, and that stars are just little points of light, much lesser than the sun. And in fact, they can fall out of the sky, right? Because that's what happens during Revelation. To even write that means you don't know what those things are. You have no concept of what the actual universe is. So everybody who tried to make proclamations about the physical universe based on Bible passages got the wrong answer.
Well, our next guest used to be on the show. We miss him. It's been a long time. He's a snappy dresser and a snazzy dancer. Kevin Sawatsky. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And just so you know, Kev, with practice, your aim will get better, and you won't miss me so much.
Exactly.
Oh, we'll always
We missed you with
Kevin.
every bullet so far. Absolutely.
Every single bullet, man.
Fair, Nancy
Some of them
does
even
have
had
her
little happy
shoulder.
faces carved into them. I like that. I appreciate the touch. It was a good sentiment.
Kevin, it's been a while since you've been on our show. We always have some new listeners. Maybe you'd be so kind to give us a quick bio, quick introduction as to who you are and about your show. So You Think You're a Skeptic?
Oh, yeah. So You Think You're a Skeptic? It was a show Tyler Legare and I started a while back. It was just out of fun. Basically, it was two drunk Canadians talking about everything, right? And debating nonsense. You know, like, we didn't land on the moon. What of it? We had a 911 episode, or 9/11 episode, rather. Things like that. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I kind of owe a lot of that to you because, like, you sort of cut my teeth, if you will.
Yeah.
I missed the valley. I took a right at the valley, and I'm completely lost now.
You should have took a left.
That's right.
Always take a left.
I know.
You ended up at Albuquerque.
I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. It's like this is Sumas, Washington.
Exactly.
So you and Tyler decided to go on your own and do your own little thing, which is, absolutely, it's great. And I'm glad you guys are doing that. And you're doing a very interesting little show where you guys are essentially, the setup is really interesting because they're both in a car.
Blindfolded.
And Tyler, who's the one who usually is, Tyler, who is actually blind, is usually the one sitting at the steering wheel, which is even funnier. And they're both chatting back and forth, and they got the phone recording everything, and at the same time, they got a person they're calling in at the same time, usually a bit like the formula we have on our show where they have a guest coming in, and they start talking about a variety of subjects, and you guys specialize more in debating the subject than actually just the interview part, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'd like to get back to the whole debate thing and everything, but like I said, we're on hiatus at the moment. I'm awaiting surgery, so that could be very useful.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. I mean, eventually that donor for your brain is going to happen, but in the meantime...
Yeah, eventually. I hope.
In the meantime, you're doing pretty well. So
I think, therefore I am. Okay, good. Okay, the other half's still in there. That's all good. Executive functioning intact. Okay.
What was it about you and Tyler wanted to do a show where you were actually more of a debate show instead of the formula that we have, which is more of an interview show?
Well, we were drinking one night, kind of drunk, and then the Facebook Live thing was pretty new at that time, and Tyler's like, why are we doing Facebook Live? And I was like, yeah, why don't we go on Facebook Live? So we just, on a whim, dropped it, and 300 people tuned in. We're like, that was kind of cool. Awesome. So we went from there for a while, and yeah, so we're looking forward to some good things in the new year. Mm-hmm. Maybe not this new year, but...
One new year.
Yeah, for sure.
One new year. One of these days, yeah.
Well, Tyler is wired for debate. I mean, that's his, that he lives on debating, and he's good at it. Well, you both are.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. No, he's not.
Yes, he's very, very much geared towards debate. I haven't heard that. Everything's a debate with him. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would never want to be married to him, aside from the fact he's pretty ugly.
Well,
Hi, Tyler.
if it turns out that you two do get married, can we do it on our show?
I will officiate.
That would be something else. Yeah, that would be totally something else. I have to ask my wife. Is it okay if I marry Tyler?
Well, you know,
marry Tyler. Marry Tyler Moore.
There are plenty of polyamorous marriages out there, so, you know, you guys could start being poly all of a sudden, you know.
It's fun, trust me.
Kevin, give us a bit of let's talk about you for a bit there. Give us how did you become an atheist? Were you always born an atheist, or did you grow up in an atheist family, or did you come out of apostasy at some point?
Well, I was a pretty smart kid. I figured it out by the time I was like 5. But I also figured out that it's not a good idea to say that you're an atheist when you're 5 years old, so I kind of kept it under the rug. I came out of the closet recently, so as far as an atheist went, being on your show actually would probably be the delineating marker when I decided to be more comfortable with it.
So I guess this is a proper moment for me to apologize to everybody out there for unleashing Kevin and Tyler upon the
world.
I am sorry.
Bring me another Smurf.
Oh my God!
That is the best picture.
Wouldn't you expect Tyler and Kevin as a spin-off, given who we are and what we do? It seems perfectly natural that we would have spawned them.
It happens. It's like Gremlins. He fed me after midnight, and that was it, man.
Fed him after midnight, got him wet.
Yeah, that was worse. Multiplying.
Now we're going to blame this one on you, Kevin, because that was before we were here.
It's all Kevin.
Yeah, that's you, Kevin. The other Kevin.
Mea culpa. Mea culpa.
Yes, the other Kevin.
Everything's your fault, Kevin. I actually say that a lot. Your fault, Kevin.
Wow, this is a great start to the year so far.
Yep.
I'm not regretting
this.
I'm not regretting this show at all right now.
Give it 5 minutes.
I love you, Kev. We can move to Bountiful, and then Tyler and you can both be my husband.
Oh, God.
Then you can play Who Wants to Marry Tyler Moore.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Oh, I love it.
The show just went into...
Okay, beautiful imagery. Anyway.
Okay, so Kevin, you guys have done a whole bunch of different topics. Like you said, you've talked about 9/11. You've talked about flat Earth and that kind of stuff. Is there a particular topic that really stood out in your shows? Are you in your freaking car?
Of course, he's in his car.
That was pretty fun.
Where else would he be?
He's in his car, isn't he? You're in your car.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm in my car. I sleep here. I live here. And there's a toilet in here now. It's not hooked up, but I use it.
Oh God!
He's going to turn into that car. He's going to become the accessory to that car.
Yeah, exactly.
He just needs to
like Roland De La Bay off of the Christine with the 1957 Plymouth Fury. I could totally get behind that.
Yeah.
Crushing people and
back to the show that stood out to you the most.
Yes, the show that stood out the most for you. Which one was it?
Well, I guess it would. The 9/11 episode was really fun because we were driving around in the car with really loud music, and everyone was complaining because they were getting nauseous watching us, and that was pretty cool. I was aiming for that. But other than that, there was another episode with a Christian biologist, and that was the episode that everyone remembers as me being the asshole.
Oh my gosh.
A Christian biologist.
I'm usually the nice guy. Tyler's usually the asshole. He does so well. Yeah, that particular episode, I was not happy. Because he called in, or he had talked to Tyler originally beforehand, and said that he had some scientific. He's a marine or a marine biologist, or no, it's like microbiologist or something like that. He had some kind of evidence that would support his belief in God. So I was like, yeah, of course. So I'm a true skeptic in true form. If you can convince me of something that's the truth of something, then I would accept it in the absence of better evidence, right?
Yes.
Well, he was just he just went on and said exactly the same thing that I heard a million times, and I guess I was rolling my eyes at the camera and like laughing, and people were making comments the whole time, and I was like answering them, and we got a call back from like an hour later. He's like, "I'm not sharing this."
Do you feel that since you guys doing a show that's apropos saying, so you think you're a skeptic, do you think there's a lot of people out there that are not really good skeptics? Because I think there's a lot of people that equivalent skepticism with denial,
negative or cynical.
Yeah, or cynical. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely. I should say there's no such thing really as like a stupid question, but when you're on So You Think You're a Skeptic, there's a lot of inquisitive idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fact of the matter.
So, in your show, with being a debate, has there ever been a time where you've changed your opinion through the debates you've had on your show?
Oh, yeah. I get proven wrong, or I used to get proven wrong every week, but now I've just nothing else I'm wrong about, so. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
Do you feel that...
yeah, no.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go finish your question. You thought there.
Oh, no, I was just going to sneeze. You go ahead.
Okay. Do you feel that there's a lot of people that are because even when you go on a subject, like say for example, we brought in a guy who says he saw Bigfoot. Now, would you truly?
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Sasquatch researcher here on our show at the time. Tyler was still with us at the time.
Yeah.
Would you really approach that with a healthy dose of skepticism and be able to keep your cynical self at bay, or you're a bit of a goofy guy, right? You're a bit of a goofy guy, so it's kind of hard to not be cynical and laugh about something like that right off the bat.
No, I think I would have treated him with respect in that case. Like I said, I mean, I used to be interested in Bigfoot, Sasquatch, all that phenomenon when I was a kid, right? Mm-hmm. And there's just like a paucity of evidence about it. So, I mean, I don't think it's completely impossible that there could be some hairy man walking around in the wilderness spooking people, but, I haven't seen him myself or anything to point me in that direction.
Well, as we learned from a past show, it was Aaron Ra.
It was all right.
I love Aaron Ra. Yeah, he was the Sasquatch. Exactly. Oh, it was great. I had an interview with him too, and it was right when Texas was in the middle of a big flood and hurricanes and stuff like that, and we kept losing him like every 30 seconds. It's like, damn.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it really did. I got to talk to a lot of my other heroes too. Like, I love Richard Carrier for some reason. Like, he was hilarious. He came on our show. He was supposed to talk about like morality, and we ended up like just shooting the shit the entire show, and he was pissing himself laughing, and like he totally let himself like be relaxed and everything, and he was swearing, and I was like, Richard, you can't swear on here. Oh, sorry, did I just swear? I was like, just kidding. Our opening line on that show was, trigger warning, go fuck yourself.
Nice.
No, you lost my question.
What do you say to that, Kev? You're thinking of some things to remodel Left at the Valley after, aren't you?
So,
how to lose all your fans in one day. I took a left at the Valley.
So, similar to your comment with Richard Carrier, who has been your favorite guest you've had on?
I'd say David Fitzgerald, because him and I just gelled. We were both really into studying biblical scripture and pointing out like the contradictions and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we got on a really great rabbit trail about the Jehovah's Witnesses because he had recently written a book about that. So it was a good show.
He's everybody's favorite guest. He's just
David.
David, and then he commented afterwards on the video because we had a mask of Eddie from Iron Maiden sitting on the seat the entire time, and he's like, "I love your mask! I love your mask!" Oh, I should say also special honorable mention to Ethan Seagal. He's a Big Bang cosmologist, and I really like talking with him.
Yes,
Ethan is fantastic. Yes. We had him on our show several times as well.
I love science.
Oh, he's awesome.
So, Now you guys are doing a bit of a little hiatus because you're going for an operation. Wish you the best of luck with that, of course, and hopefully Tyler's not the one doing the operation.
Happy feelings and woo coming your way.
Thoughts and prayers, right?
Yes, right on. Thank you. You're praying for me. An atheist is praying for me.
Yep.
That's twice as powerful.
Now the question is, which god are we praying to?
All of them.
Say again? Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, I said, which god are we praying to?
Oh,
there's
money,
so many to
mammon.
choose from.
Yeah, we're praying to money. Mammon.
Yeah.
I'll pray to Thor.
Yeah, but
Thor, God of Thunder. Yeah, I never thought that.
Isn't really. See, I'd go more like Hades, like to be
Hades?
like, well, yeah, because like in case he dies, you know.
That's kind of a morbid way to look at it. He's not.
Well, yeah, you know, and if I do die and there's an afterlife and I'm a ghost or something like that, I will haunt you at Left of the Valley.
Fantastic.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But you gotta like go poltergeist style and like pull pranks.
And you gotta
totally. I'll put the switches off all the time and unplug everything.
Great, just make it more difficult for me. Thanks, guys.
Mute Kevin.
And if you're at our place, you can like just start talking to Alexa.
Did you just say mute Kevin?
No.
Did you say kill?
or just get Alexa.
I'm sorry, I don't understand how you kill.
I'm just gonna mute both of you right now.
Pictures of spaghetti in your contacts. No, Serengeti. Spaghetti. More pictures of spaghetti.
And we thought Eli Bosnick.
Hey, Eli Bosnick's amazing. I don't love him at all. No.
This show has no direction whatsoever.
But you know what? It's okay because it's the first week of the year, so we don't really care.
So let's hope it's not a precursor to how the rest of the year is going to be.
No, it's not. Are you trying?
We say that.
I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me.
Exactly, Kevin.
You are getting what you asked for, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess I am. I am.
Yeah.
You love us, Kevin.
I didn't even wrap it up.
Oh, God. So...
He loves it.
After...
He does. He loves it, precious.
I think you broke Kevin. You broke Kevin.
The views of Kevin Sawatsky and Kevin Francis do not necessarily reflect the views
Don't
of
put
Kevin
me in that same bag. Don't put me in that same bag. I didn't do anything at this point. I'm just trying to hold this show together right now.
Okay, maybe it's the views of Kevin Sawatsky are held by nobody.
So I have another actual question.
Cool.
When your show does eventually start again, is there anyone that you really, really want to have on?
Richard Dawkins.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck with that one.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be really good.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I was thinking Stephen Hawking, but it's a little late for that.
Yeah, well, you could just like piece together his like recorded stuff.
Yeah, I could find a voice synthesizer online. The universe has 50 billion stars in it.
So the format that you had with Facebook, so that you could take responses live and questions live. Do you like the format? Are you going to continue with that, or have you got some other ways that you think are going to be more fun?
Well, for me, fun. I absolutely hate Facebook Live. It's the worst platform for putting something out live that I've ever encountered, and I haven't really encountered a lot. But it's constantly dropping and changing, and the buttons disappear, and it's not compatible with different devices and stuff. So if we have somebody using an Apple and I'm using an Android, it doesn't gel very well, and it's a big old pain in the butt.
Have you guys ever considered doing it on YouTube?
We thought about that. Actually, we did have some moderate success with short 5-minute videos on YouTube. So it's always an option.
Yeah.
It might even be an option for while I'm on hiatus to do little shorts.
Yeah. So it's not a bad idea. And you guys are going to keep the same kind of format essentially, which is there's not really a format.
No format at all.
Yeah, the format is no format. You guys essentially say, "Hey, this is the guy we have on," and then you guys basically start having a conversation.
Yeah, we had some guests. Actually, I just listened like a couple weeks ago to the episode we had with you and Kevin. It was like another one of my favorite episodes. It was just like 3 people who agreed, and then we just moved past all the stuff that people usually disagree on and had a great conversation. It was awesome. And then he carjacked me one time when I was in the car. That's another time, but different story.
Yeah, this was this time where I showed up on the show and I just pulled him out of the car and sat down in his seat.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious, man. Like, Kevin had kind of idea what we're going to do. He reaches into the passenger side right in mid-broadcast, yanks me out of the chair, and sits down himself. Where'd Kevin go? I am Kevin.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, we need to make another guest appearance on their show. That'd be fun. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to come and visit you guys too.
Yeah. Well, doors always open, man.
Literally.
You know where we are.
That's a security risk.
I know.
You know where we are.
Yeah, I'd never do that.
You're in the car. We have no idea where you are.
Do you still have egg beaters hanging from the ceiling?
What's that?
Yes, he does.
Do you still have egg beaters hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
His little art.
That's the first thing that they're going to go for when they break in because you left your door open.
That's right.
Yeah.
Along with the skulls of my enemies.
Yep.
Yes. I saw something perfect for you, Kev. It was like this, there's those quick logs you put on the fire?
Yeah.
It was all in the shape of human skulls and a big stack of them.
That
And
is
you throw it into the
so
fire, it's all these
cool.
human skulls and they burn. It's like, Kevin would love that.
What kind of person do you think I am?
Wait, no, but that is awesome.
That is
I would
very
do
awesome.
That.
Isn't that?
Especially if
I
you
love that.
went
That's,
to
like,
your
sweet.
family Christmas and they didn't know you were bringing it, and you just put it in.
We could do that at Auntie's. Oh man, just like
That would be magical.
See Grandma's reaction.
Especially if they're like super Christian people, and then you're just
Oh, that'd be
"What's
great.
in the fire? It's demons. Quick, everyone, hold
Maybe
hands.
cut some upside down crosses into their skulls so you can see it burning through. And
Yeah, totally.
that'd be great.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Oh, I should have married you.
Instead of Tyler?
Somebody as worked as I am. It's great. It's the marriage episode right now. I mean,
Yes,
I've
exactly.
already contemplated Kevin and Tyler. Why not you?
well, sorry,
she's
I'm
already
engaged.
claimed.
But I am polyamorous.
Oh, no, I know. So
so-
am I. But, I mean, it'll be an informal thing, and it'll be bountiful. We're allowed to do that up there.
It's going to be one big orgy, apparently.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have the
It's either
sex
that or the
twins,
Hutterites and you go and breed for them or whatever, but...
Kev, thank you so much for being on the show, man. Really appreciate that. But if people want to find out more,
I always love talking with you guys.
if people want to find out more about you and Tyler, and so you think you're a skeptic, where can they reach you?
Driving around
Good
somewhere?
question. So you think you're a skeptic? It's a Facebook page called So You Think You're a Skeptic, and we also have the Facebook group So You Think You're a Skeptic. And yeah, if you like, follow, and share, or do all that stuff that Facebook asks you to do, you'll get notified when we go live.
Excellent.
In a couple of years.
Kevin, before I let you go, I got to have you say, hi, this is Kevin Sawatsky, and I took a left at the valley.
Hi, this is Kevin Sawatsky, and I took a left at the valley and ended up right where I was supposed to be.
Beautiful.
And that was Kevin Sawatsky.
That was so fun.
Kevin's going to come out of his shell and stop being so shy.
Well, I totally agree. I mean, he's
You've worked with him, but you know, he's coming through.
Yeah, he internalizes all his laughter and he doesn't release it. It's bad for you, man.
It was such a monotone. Like you couldn't really get his excitement. No.
So the show is So You Think You're a Skeptic. It's a bit on hiatus now, but you can still find it on Facebook. And
you can go watch old episodes.
Exactly. And you'll even find me once in a while popping in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hijacking them.
Exactly.
It's
Thank you so
weird.
much.
It's just weird.
Just weird. Just weird start to the
yeah,
year.
it's just weird stuff.
Weird
Fun stuff.
I find it weird that we're talking to someone in the same province.
For once.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show, guys, and hopefully we didn't scare you away with this interview. You can follow us at leftatthevalley.com. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter at LATV Podcast. You can follow us at leftatthevalley.com. I said that already. Jeez. Send us an email at leftatvalley.com. No, sorry. leftatvalley@outlook.com.
Yeah,
Jesus
Kevin,
Christ.
get your shit together.
Yes, I need to get my shit together.
Mhm.
Send a complaint to Nancy on the third floor.
But duck.
But duck if she throws a knife back at you. All right, coming up. Jesus, where's my schedule? Where is my schedule?
The dog ate it.
The dog ate it. We were supposed to talk to Andrew Jasko, today, but we'll end up talking to him some other time, probably in March. Next week, we'll be talking to our friend Rich Lyons, who was here for our Stone episode.
I am so excited
about his podcast called Life After Faith.
And then we can see, like, get his critique on our differences between stoned and not stoned.
That's right. After that, the weekend after that, we'll be talking to our friend Christian Christensen, and we'll be having a debate with John, the Godless Engineer.
I'm excited.
So it'll be more, not an Oxford-type debate like we did with Robert Stanley. It'll be more of a conversation.
Oh, is Chris going to be here in the studio?
Yes, he is. He's going to be with us. After that, we'll have the ladies of Forsaking Faith are coming back.
Looking forward to that.
And we'll be talking about, is the history good literature? The history. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is the Bible good literature? Yeah, I can't focus.
Too much Kevin in your life?
Apparently. After that, we'll be having Zach from the Zachary podcast, Zacrilege podcast, and he's the guy who interviewed me. He's going to be with us. Nice. And then after that, we'll have Matt Dillahunty. Legendary Matt Dillahunty. And the weekend after that, we'll have the guys from the podcast Godless Heathens.
Nice.
Oh, great.
So we already have couple of months planned ahead, so that should be pretty fun.
Always good to plan ahead.
Oh, I have a question for our listeners.
What's that?
You can message us about this. If you guys would be interested in hearing, like, as an extra, like the between, like before and after when we're just shooting the shit.
All of our shenanigans.
Yeah, because trust me, there's a lot of fun stuff that happens. Like, let us know if you'd be interested in that, and then we can, like, do Patreon. You can give us money.
Sounds like an idea. Sounds like an idea. All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for the first show of the year.
It's fun.
Happy New Year.
It's a bit of a stumble as a start.
Hey, no, this was fun.
We're going to have fun nonetheless.
Enjoy the little things.
Absolutely.
So, for sure. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Millions of murders by believers, and they're all in God's name. And let me take a sec, don't mean to sound so hateful, but I swear to God, unintended, I find it disgraceful that many atheists are told to be quiet. You're not alone, speak your mind, time to let it be known. I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen, I call it how I see it. I say it's ignorance and you just call it faith, and unsubstantiated claims, that's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist. Atheist. I'm an atheist. Atheist. I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist. Atheist.